Happy Monday, everyone. Happy start of a brand new week. Happy Wealthy Monday. Hang on a quick second, make sure it's live everywhere. All right, so I'm excited for this morning. We're going to be talking about control. And it's really interesting because I think you all know that, hang on a second. Yeah, I think you all know that. Like I said last week, I recently moved in with, it sounds weird. I recently moved in with my husband. My husband and I finally bought our together home after being married for nearly 2 years. And I was telling him about this morning's topic, control. And he said, interesting, babe, control, huh? So I'm laughing at myself as I'm talking about this topic, but really in the context of, not really are you controlling with the people in your life, but more you trying to control life. And in no context is it okay. It's actually not the most amazing thing. Oh, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy start of a brand new week. So when I look over here, I get to see all of the comments. So this morning we're talking about control and how it truly impacts the things that you really want. And as you know, we've been talking about your money story for the last couple of weeks and making over your money story. And one of the things that I have seen, really, whether we're talking about money story, manifesting, creating wealth, getting to the next level of success that you desire, what I see with a lot of strong, independent women who are really proud of the fact that they're doing their thing, is they have a lot of control issues. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to put they and point the fingers out there. We, myself included, this is work that I've had to do because I actually realized how this need to control was getting in the way. So the first thing that we want to talk about this morning is really just, pulling the cloak off of our eyes and calling out your need for control and really understanding what is it when you are like fist to the wall, doing everything that needs to be done so that you can get the results that you want. What is causing you to do that? Where is that coming from? What is that all about? Do you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it? And I like to say to my clients, when you find yourself with the need, like high levels of need to control things, and it sounds like, why can't I just trust that things will be taken care of for me? Why do I have to rely on myself? I'm the only person I know I can rely on. Why can't I trust God, universe, source to just provide? Why can't I just surrender? People who have control issues have the hardest time with surrendering. No matter how appealing we make it sound, like to be able to surrender, create such peace, no matter how appealing we make it sound, it's like, I want to do it. I really do, but it's hard. So I want to talk about helping you understand what's going on with control. When you and call yourself up, by the way, jump on in here. Good morning. Tasha, that's me. I realize I have a hard time surrendering. I have a hard time, really letting go and allowing things to be taken care of for me. I know you're speaking to me. I have control issues. Anybody in here? Anybody in here? Yep. Chantel says, being single for so long, I feel I need to take control. I feel seen. Beth, I love you. I feel seen. Oh my gosh, that's me. That's me. The addiction to, I want to be in control. I want to hold the reins. I want to figure it out. Surrender's my current focus. I love it. Right? Good morning, Cheryl. I've gotten better, but I can still improve. I love when I'm talking to my people because we get each other, we understand. So here's the thing about control. Truthfully, this is what you have to bring yourself to understand. Observing yourself being in such high levels of control, what you're really saying is, I do not trust I do not believe, I do not trust, and I do not believe that God, universe, source, however you language, the supreme, God, universe, source, can and will provide for me. Not another human being, not another human being, not another circumstance, nothing else other than when I am trying to be so in control, what it really means, I don't believe. I don't believe and I don't trust that God, universe, source can take care of things for me. That's really what I'm saying. That's what I had to learn and realize. And the truth is, when you are in that state, you are totally separated from source. Totally separate. When you are in that need to control, you have literally decided, you know what? I'm going to take up the burden and carry it. Forget you, God, forget you, universe, forget you, source, forget all of you all. I'm going to do it myself, me, myself, and I. And you're really proud of it, right? I'm an independent woman, self-made. I hate being the idea of self-made. Who wants to do that? Oh, I'm self-made and I'm really proud. Really? Well, I know that. I know what that really means. So I want you to think about that for a second. Yes, it's me. I must develop my muscles. Really think about that. Do you also, women who are like me and we have control issues, we tend to also have trust issues. We have issues allowing. We are in our masculine energy. We actually do not have the level of belief in the things that we want. I remember a few years ago, I went to Greece and went to see some lady there, just walking around in Santorini. And uh, my friend that was with me went and asked her to predict her future, whatever it was, I can't remember. And so I'm kind of hesitant. I'm like, I'm not really into this and just not feeling it at the time. But she said, I know you don't really want to, but I can tell you the problem with you and what you want to manifest is you don't believe. And I was like, me? Me? I don't believe. What? And I sat with that for a moment and realized I had to call it out for what it was. I really did not believe. I was not trusting that it would all happen. So yeah, learning to let go, right? 1, 2, 3, and breathing. So why do we do that? Why do we need to be so in control? Well, not for nothing, but for many of us, it's a lifetime pattern. You have watched others and you have um, and I'm just going to say this for what it is because I see it in a lot of very strong independent women, is that there was the absence of a father in your life, or the absence, even if the father was present, there was the absence of the masculine energy of providing and protecting you, providing for you and protecting you. You probably watched a very strong mother do the exact same thing, take care of everything, have to figure it out and take care of everything. And you normalized, okay, so this is how we survive. We have to figure this out on our own. And then one of my clients said her mother just straight up told her, you're the only person you can rely on. Jackie says, stop telling my business. Stop telling my business. Right? So that is helping you to understand is what I'm all about. Do you understand why you have the need for control? You think it's because you are such an independent woman. 9 times out of 10, I promise you, it's because you probably had the absence of a father figure, or if the father figure was present, there was not the strong energy of providing and protecting. Remember when we did the Money Makeover Masterclass, I said the father's role is to show you how to feel physically safe in the world, how to feel provided for, how to feel like everything's going to be taken care of for you, baby girl. Everything's going to be taken care of for you. And so if you notice that you are trying to be in control, and especially if you notice it in your marriages, that's a whole other conversation, emasculating men and not allowing them to provide as much as they want to because You've never seen it. You've never experienced it. You think that's your job. So now when somebody comes to you and says, trust God, universe, source, you're like, what are you talking about? I can't even begin to try to trust God, universe, source, surrender. And then what's going to happen to my bills? Allow for what? Right? It's like my brain says, do not comprehend, do not comprehend. Um, oh, wait on a second. Oh, Heather says, my father took on a not well identity, so he might break. Couldn't ask much of him. Heather, you're going to send me off on a total like track, right? But yeah, Tressa says, my father was great, but was a great provider, but no emotion. And I tell you, when we talk about these things and the layers, right? The layers of things to understand. Okay, so your father was there, provided a roof over your head and food in the fridge and, the things in life that you wanted, but emotionally, you never felt safe. But emotionally not present. It's kind of the same because it's not so much the things that that's one level of it. Like, yes, there were things that were provided and you felt like, okay, I'm safe. But if your father emotionally was absent, you still have the loss of, I am provided and protected, because emotionally, that's what you go from first before you go, right? You go off of your emotional needs and then your survival needs. So you have to think about, okay, well, do I trust the masculine? Do I feel safe in allowing the masculine to provide and protect for me? So think about, there's so many layers to this for us to think through. But it's really understanding that we have just learned to rely on ourselves. And I think Jackie or Deanna said it earlier. Ladies, I'm just going to call it out right now. In trying to control things, you've actually created a false sense of safety. You think that by you being so in control, you are safe. You've provided more safety for yourself. And that is not true. It's actually false. And when I realized that all of my effort to control everything so that I could feel safe, I could feel like it was in my control, therefore it would be taken care of. And then when I couldn't do it, when it was beyond me, because my ability is finite, I realized I really don't have any control here. I have no control. So the feeling of I'm the one doing everything, so I'm in control, is an illusion. And you're doing it and you're thinking you're doing it so you can feel safe. But the truth is, you're not. All of that control, all of that efforting, all of that stress, all of that. And in the end, you're no safer than if you, right? Jackie says it is so exhausting and limiting. Kathleen says it's a false sense of safety. So what is the result of all of this control? You are actually limiting your ability to create. You are actually not safe. You have separated yourself from God, universe, source when you are trying to be in control. And I just want to ask, how is that working for you? How's it working for you, all of this control? And I know I'm a little in your face this morning. How is that working? Yeah, you're actually becoming your own limitation. It's not, Christine says, it's not working at all. How is it working for you? It's not working at all. I know for me, I had to sit and have a come to Tasha moment and be like, this is a total, right? This is, I've made a mess, right? I think Chantel says, I've actually, in trying to be in control, I've actually made a mess. But here was my truth, and I don't know if this is yours. Actually, operating under the need to control, feeling like it was making me safe because I was relying on myself and myself only. Here is the thing that really, I could feel it in my torso to say it to you because it was so jarring for me. When the rubber hit the road was the day I realized I was making things 1,000% harder by trying to be in control. 1,000%, not one, not two, not 100, 1,000% harder by trying to be in control. And that was not okay for me. It wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. I put I am independent to the side. I put I'm self-reliant to the side. I put I'm self-made to the side. I don't need those titles because they come with too much hard work, too much trying to figure it out, too much exhaustion. Like none of that makes me proud to say any of it. And I think extreme independence is a trauma reaction. Thank you, Heather, for that. And I think one of the things that, on my way to preparing to be married, that really helped me realize no man is going to want this. No man is like, honey, if you can do it for yourself, have at it. You don't need me. And so I just took that up to the spiritual realm. I'm like, that's literally what God is saying. That is what God, universe, source is saying. Well, Tasha, if you can do it, you don't need me. Have at it, honey. Have at it. Have a blast. You do that. You do you. It's like, no, I don't want I don't want to do this by myself. I don't. Not when you are literally offering to do it for me. Why would I try to be in control and try to do it myself? Does not make sense. It's really exhausting, right? Queen life, time to say yes to being provided, protected, loved on, taken care of, all the things. And the last thing that I'll say, two last things this morning is, hang on a second because I want to bring this up for you all. If this resonates, if you feel you really need some support to work on this, to heal the mother wound, the father wound, the self-reliance, the independence, all of that. Because I can tell you, it's one thing to become aware of it. It's another thing to do the work to heal it. If you're interested, we're going to be focusing on this for the entire month of May in the Sisterhood. And so we're starting with the mother wound tomorrow. And the next week, we're doing the father wound. And it's really just a month of doing the healing work up front so that at the end of the month, we can write a brand new money story because we've healed the things that cause us to be living from the story we have, which is one of the side effects is the need to be in control. If my father was never there, if I never had a male in my life, and I didn't have a male in my life to say, I got you, you're protected, you're safe. I inherently developed the skill and the need to do that for myself, not realizing that truthfully in life, I don't need that. One of the songs that I love is a song that says, you've never been abandoned, you've never walked alone. But as children, without that strong male figure in your life, you feel like, it seems like you are. And so forget God, forget source, forget all that. In your little childlike state, you develop this, I'm not safe, I need to protect myself. The bad guys are going to come out of the closet and nobody's going to be here to protect me. And you do that in your relationship, you do that with money, you do that with your reliance on God, your trust, your belief, your ability to allow and surrender. It just takes over in layers throughout your life. So if this resonates and you want to do this work to heal this, then come join us in the Wealth Sisterhood. It is our membership community where every month we have a different focus. The month of May, it's all about making over your money story. Then we're going to go into micro habits that create wealth in June, and then visioning and deserving. We have a lot of amazing things lined up, but the Sisterhood is where it's at. You can type the word sisterhood, check Facebook Messenger, and come join us. If you're watching on YouTube or Instagram, it's tashachen.com/sisterhood. tashachen.com/sisterhood gets you there too. Like I said, if it resonates, come join us. I would love to have you get in on doing this work starting this month. The last thing that I'll say is, if you've had a long time really addicted to control, then I just want to invite you and suggest, how about this week you take something, whether it's finances, whether it's something in your business, whether it's a relationship, whatever it is, you take something and you say to yourself, I'm not going to try to control this situation. I'm just going to play this game. And for this week, I'm just going to let go and let God. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to let go and I'm just going to release control. I am literally going to, instead of doing this and trying to control things, I'm going to open my hands and I'm literally just going to step back and say, okay, I'm trying this out. Let me see what happens. Okay. That is what I am recommending for this week. It's kind of like, that's your medicine, for the week. But I think what you're going to see is, if you're willing to do it, you're going to see how much easier it is. If nothing else, you're going to have so much peace, because you're going to stop worrying, stop trying to figure it out, and stop trying to do it. And the hardest part, it's a book I'm reading, and it talks about the hardest thing for humans is this: letting go, surrendering, and letting God. All right. That's right. So who's going to do it? Who's taking me up? You're going to play all week, and just think of one thing right now and, say, you know what, Tasha, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to try. I'm surrendering. I'm releasing control. I am willing to release control. Can you type that? I am willing to release control. Whatever area it is, that just think of something that you've been struggling with, you've been resisting, you're trying to figure out, you're fighting against, all this stuff. I am willing to release control. I love it. Mwah. All right, ladies, have a great Monday and an amazing, amazing rest of the week. Those of you that are in the sisterhood, I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow for us to start doing this powerful work. Just think about this. A month from now, the new person that you're going to be, because we did this. I can't wait. All right, everyone, have a great Monday. Bye-bye.